Single or married?
Kind of single.
Kind of single?
Yes.
What does that mean?
I recently broke up with someone
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, why?
because, like, a few months ago, it was our anniversary. After 1 year, he took me for dinner. It was a nice restaurant, but he just paid for the dinner around like 2,000.
Wait, so let me see if I understand. You broke up with this man after being with him for a year,
A year.
1 year, because he took you to a restaurant and only paid $2,000.
Yeah.
Okay, did he get you anything?
Yeah, just a normal gift around like approximately price was like 5,000.
So a $5,000 gift, $2,000 dinner.
That's
That wasn't enough.
No, we have been for 1 year together. I expected more. You know, I'm a woman.
What did you get him?
Me.
See, this is what these dudes be talking about because you're terrible. That's horrible.
I'm not.
So shout out to her for actually telling her, yo, you're terrible. Right? You're terrible. You guys were together for 1 year and he paid an exorbitant amount for dinner, gave you a $5,000 gift, and you broke with him because you expected more. I I don't I don't get why we have adopted these different mentalities about how dating should be. And when they don't fall into these narrow set of goals that we decided that we didn't communicate to other people, that now it makes sense why we just leave them and break up with them. I think this is a defining issue of our time, especially when you see people having the demands of and let's be fair, the ultra beautiful, the ultra successful, right? The ultra vain, right? If we can be honest, you want these things, these outcomes, but that was never your sort of lot in life. And you hold to those standards like those are real. So before we continue, guys, continue to like, comment, subscribe. Um, Hope you didn't miss that live. I just did with Yanni, talked about 3 hours of various topics. I want to just again continue to do more lives like that, where to me it feels like I can help sort of minimize the distance between you guys, especially new subscribers or just subscribers in general. So before that, you guys can hit the like button, comment, continue commenting, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss any new uploads. We're still trying to do 2 a day, trying to keep that record going. Shout out to everyone on this channel. We just passed 3 months a couple days ago. It was 9/11. So we're still going. We're still going strong. The streak continues. So I want to run this back so we can dissect this one a little more.
Single or married?
Kind of single.
Kind of single?
Yes.
What does that mean?
I recently broke up with someone
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, why?
because, like, a few months ago, it was our anniversary. After 1 year, he took me for dinner.
So something she said earlier, some kind of single. One thing that I've seen here, and sometimes when you'll see women break up with men as a tactic, not that they're really interested. I don't think that you're really interested in a man when you do something like this, but I'm seeing it become more and more common. You break up with him because you want to get something. You want to use this as a way to get what you're looking for. You can also see it in some people where they introduce the word divorce to their marriage because they're trying to get you off whatever hill you've indicated you're willing to die on. So I'll try to trigger you or try to push you into this certain way by threatening to end it all. Not yourself, but end the entire relationship. I'll give a bit of personal experience. Years ago, um, I had this girlfriend, and we would fight 3, 4 times a week, and that was completely excessive. And I wasn't really well versed with women, and to be fair, to be honest, I'm still not well versed with women. But I remember she was at my place, and she broke up with me. Right? She grabbed her stuff and she took it and she left. She called herself a taxi, and she walked out the door. And I've always been of this mind that I want to treat you as if you're an adult because I'm interested in dating adult women. I'm not. If you want to play the games and reduce your IQ points whenever it's convenient, then fine, that's on you. But she walked out the door, gone, taxi. Right. So what do I do? I close the door behind her. I lock it. I want to say it's 10 minutes later. she is back at the door and she's saying like, I can't believe you let me go. And I'm there very confused. I'm very confused because you indicated this is what you wanted to do. She wanted me to fight for her, fight for us. To me, that didn't translate well at all. It just said you were done, and I can't force you to be in this. I never want to be in a position where I have to convince you to stay with me because I know that's just good until the next time you need me to convince you to stay with me. That's not a cycle I even back then I wanted to, sort of play with. So when she's saying like I kind of broke up with him, you want more and this is your best way of you believe going about it. We're going out on a limb here because we don't know the exact situation, nor do I care to do the research to find out. But when you do stuff like that, you're just indicating to that man that your emotional well-being, while my job should be to protect that, to look after that. What I'm saying is I'm willing to put that in jeopardy. I'm willing to throw all of this onto the barbecue to get what I want. It does not matter to me that you may be emotionally stunted and emotionally broken from this. What is just simply going to what it's going to come across as a tactic, as a way for me to get what I'm looking for, rather than saying I want to come down and want to communicate with you about this. Because in reality, what she said here is we've been together for 1 year, and she has an expectation of a certain level of emotional investment, an emotional spend on her. I want you to spend this amount of money because we've been together for 1 year. And when the interviewer asks, well, what does he get? And she's like, me. What I see a lot of times here, and I said this on the live just a couple of minutes ago, women believe that they are fine as they are, that as they are put together, there needs to be zero improvement, that it's I'm just good like this. You could be a good girlfriend, that doesn't mean you would be a good wife. You may be a good person, that doesn't mean you'd be a good girlfriend. We never really flip that on its back on people, on women. That's why like the interviewer is saying, yo, you're terrible. That's just what it comes down to. He spent an exorbitant amount of money for you on your anniversary. You did nothing for him. Where men are looking at that and say, well, where would it stop? Where would be the next ask? Where would be the next big demand? Or will you always simply hold that I'll break up with you sort of over our head? Lastly, what men are seeing and what a lot of men are waiting for, and I encourage men to stop waiting, you let some of these things happen on their own, is eventually when that train pulls into station, when those ideas or those outcomes that you're waiting for, that you're saying that you deserve, I deserve X, Y, and Z, this type of man, this type of status in life. When that train pulls into station, you get nothing like that. Men, there's a lot of subset of men waiting on that, waiting for that to happen, and some are waiting to try to pick something up at the end of the game. I think men, we need to just say there's some people that when you meet and you try to convince and talk to them, they are beyond redemption. As long as they hold those ideas in their head, it's just a good indication for you to just, hey, I'm just going to walk over there. I'm going to be over there while you suss this thing out. And if you get it together in time and we're both still available, both healed, maybe you can have a go at it. Anything, there should be no in between after that. I know part of these spaces, part of like what dating coaches will tell you, you got to overcome objections. What I mean by that is very simple. You walk up to her, hey, how you doing? How can I get to know you? No, that's a rejection. That's an objection. You need to now say, push further and see what it is. Because, yeah, we get it. Oftentimes women want to push and say, I want to see how much you're willing to work for it. Like my old ex. I want to see how much you're willing to fight for us. I'm not a fan. That could be part of your repertoire, but me, I'm not a fan. And guys, if that's working for you, let me know in the comments. So women, if you respect that, also let me know in the comments.